Okay, so welcome to the new Infinite Campus. I'd say it's about 80% the same as it was before, but I know there is some issues with getting to some of the things that you're used to seeing and also what's some of this new stuff. And I'm not going to cover every single thing in this series you could possibly do in Infinite Campus. There's a lot, but I'm just going to take you in this first video on a brief tour, and then we'll get more in depth with subsequent videos. So when you first log in, and you go in, and you should come up to the instruction page. This looks a little bit different. You've got a toolbar on your left that's in black now, and you have this control center, and this is new. And this is kind of cool because when you first come in, if you want to take attendance, you just click on it, boom, your class comes up. You go ahead and do attendance, save it, and close it. Boom, you don't have to go to any other area. It's right there. It's also for easy scoring too. If you wanted to put some grades in, it'll actually bring that up, and you can pick the assignment that you want to put that in, and you just go ahead and put in that score. Boom, that's done too. If you want something more specific, you can still go to the grade book that's over on the left, but this is just if you want to do something really quick and easy without going to another screen. So that's just kind of a nice thing that they've added for Infinite Campus. Like I said, attendance and everything is still available the old way. So if you had attendance, you could go ahead and do it the way that you did before. There's area for comments, things like that. Roster is still the same as it was before, just gives you all of your students. You can click on your students in Gradebook or Roster, any of these places, and it gives you all of the information it did before. But what's kind of cool about this new one is now it also gives you a link to the tools area that gives you all of that information. So that's pretty cool. So I'm going to go back over to my instruction area. I can keep going down the toolbar. Gradebook. I'm skipping over campus learning because you won't really be using that. But a gradebook just looks just like it did before, same kind of setup. So this really isn't anything new. In a later video, I'll go over gradebook for anybody who might be new to that. Planner is kind of like a lesson planner area. If you wanted to put things in here, you could. It's going to put all of your classes. Just click on new to enter a unit lesson plan, or you can actually do an assignment straight from here. There's just some options there for you. It kind of depends on what you're wanting to do. If this is something you want to use, go ahead and contact me because I have a feeling most of us probably will not be using this to have our planner all in one spot like that. We have the message center. If there's anything that you've been emailed, it's right there. You also can do a new message from here. And we have different kinds of class message, grades message, missing assignment message, and set up basically who you want it sent to, what do you want it to look like, and it'll send to anyone we have an email address for. The one warning I would give is if you're trying to send something out to parents, there's a significant amount of our parents who don't have email addresses listed with us, so that might not be the best way to contact them en masse, but that is there if you wanted to try to use that. Something kind of new is this discussions area. It's something that your students can access from their student side Infinite Campus. Kind of depends. I know I would probably prefer to use some Google things that the kids are already used to, but there is an option for it. Just click on new discussion, name it. It'll take you through a couple of screens, and it makes it available for you to have kind of an online chat room kind of thing for your students. Once again, if you want to know more about that, please let me know because I want to make sure we hit the things that most people will probably want to use. Attendance is still the same as it was before. Roster also. Seating charts. If you've never done one before, you just click on new. Select the class that you want to do it for. Name it. Let's go with test. How many rows you have, how you want it to be, things like that. Do you want it random? Do you want it alphabetical? Create the chart. And it will give you something like this that you can print out and put into your subfolder if you'd like. So that's an option. And I'm not going to save that. You can create student groups. We could do this under the old Infinite Campus. I'm not sure everybody did. But if you click on new, you just make sure you're in the right class. Name your group, maybe like blue group, and then you just add your students over. I just have one student in each one of my classes, so I can't really show you how that works. But then you just create the group, and that's nice for like grading purposes and things like that because you can put everybody's in at once. A class serve we really don't use. Posting grades, this is kind of different from last year. When we get to our midterm and quarter grades, I'll do some new videos on this, but there's a whole separate screen now for posting to report cards. So this is going to be kind of a neat feature. Assignment overview just gives you a listing of everything for the class and what category that it might be in. So that's kind of a nice, and you can actually go and look at that assignment directly from here. It's linked. Of course, you have locker information on your students, so you can find out where their locker is supposed to be anyway, in case someone needs to know. We don't use course requests or student course recommendations. We do have reports for attendance, gradebook, planner, and roster, and I'll go into those in more depth in another video. Okay, I am going to go over to tools. And this is really exactly the same as it was last year. This is where you can search for students on your roster. Hopefully, as the year goes on, we'll be able to add activities and things like that. So any student you come in contact with, you'll be able to search. But right now, it's just for the students that are on your class rosters. And there's some other options here for like looking at missing assignments for students. And you can actually look up for any student, I believe, but don't quote me on that, but we'll be able to look at missing assignments for any student that you have at least. And we'll go over that in a later video as well. If you have any questions on how to do anything that I've shown you here or in any of the other videos in this series, please let me know. I would love to help. Have a great day.